Well, well, well. Welcome to the Architects of Fate streaming extravaganza. That's right. You've found the self-proclaimed original Twitch TTRPG stream that lets you shake up our world. Now pay attention because this is how it works. If you'd like to add some loops to this roller coaster ride of a show, you're gonna need fate chips. Now these magical loyalty points can be earned just by watching, following, hosting, subscribing, or just engaging with us in the chat. It's like free money, Pete. With your fate chips, you can use your powers as an architect to heal your favorite players, summon items that will make their adventure a lot easier, or a lot harder. You can even make players say or sing outrageously silly things. Think of those possibilities. But wait. There is more. You can also toss our unsuspecting heroes into random encounters that will leave them sweating, strategizing, and questioning their life choices. All it takes is a quick redeem command in the chat. You choose the item or action and the player you want to mess with, and we'll take it from there. So sit back, relax, and prepare yourselves for a mind-blowing spectacle of storytelling and mayhem. We've got adventure, we've got drama, and more surprises than a clown car at a kid's birthday party. So let's go!
Hello, and welcome to this session of Architects of Fate, Star Trek Bajor Rising, Shadows of the Prophets. I want to welcome all of you who are here. Let me see. Why am I muted? Am I muted? Seriously? I am not muted.
No, I can hear you.
Yeah.
You're just fine.
Why are you gaslighting me, Atlas? Let's check and see if... Fine. Look, we're going to do this over because it was really awesome. Okay, everybody just pretend you haven't heard this yet.
Players, since before your sun burned hot in space and before your race was born, I have awaited players.
Okay, so we got that bit out of the way because that's supposed to put you in the mood. That's what I've learned in the Tallahassee School of Dramatic Tricks and Acting. So what we have is welcome to Star Trek, Bajor Rising, Shadows of the Prophets.
I can't hear you.
What? You can't hear me? No one can hear me.
No.
Wait a minute. No, I'm in voice mode.
I can hear you.
So I want everybody to talk to me about this. Did I just screw something up?
I can hear you now.
Okay.
I can hear you just fine.
Well, part of it is that the scene, like if I go to my close-up, that doesn't have a voice. So that was the problem, I think. But did you get the big scary voice?
I heard it in Skype, but I didn't have Twitch unmuted. But then when they said they couldn't hear you, I checked Twitch and then I could hear you. So I don't know if the scary
I think we're all
voice
just
was
like half a
working.
second off. I'm going with my friend Good Devil.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's the close-up. Yeah. So Good Devil. Someday, if I ever get a degree, I'll learn automotive tech and broadcast. But for now, I'm happy getting no views. So I'm good. Anyway, what we're going to go is we're going to try and get back on this. Well, tonight we've got some great players. We've got a couple of people. We're down just a couple of people. But I wanted to introduce our lovely cast before I set the scene. First, I want to introduce Destiny, who will be playing Lieutenant Ezra. If you want to tell us a little bit about you and what you hope is going to happen this session, if you remember, and if not, don't worry.
My name's Destiny. I play Azara. She's the Bazoid medical officer. So I'm hoping she gets to do some medical stuff. And hopefully doesn't have to phaser any more patients.
Yeah, well, there's lots of burn cream because everybody kept blowing every other roll, which made for medical rolls for you, I think. You could go on like Tuesday night. Is it Tuesday night? Yeah. So or no, last the Ferengi ship. Someone's missing a brain because they couldn't use the scanner correctly. So they've diagnosed the patient as not having a brain. So we're gonna see. Okay, so there's Frowning Bert. Someday one of the dads in the chat should get you an insurance card. And our next person is Jim. Would you tell us a little bit about yourself and what you think what you'd like to happen and what you think is probably going to happen?
So, Jim, I play Lem, the engineer, Lieutenant Igby. He had his hands completely encased in material, and he's really fixes itself somehow. Doesn't want to not have. He's gotten used to them. He wants to.
Oh, you're cutting out a little bit.
How now?
No, it's pretty good.
All right. So Lemuel has his hands and coat. Why am I? I can see it.
Apparently, you caught my bad.
Yeah, I'm gonna move over to Steve until you can get going. Are you feeling better? Have you got a loose wire? It sounds like a loose wire issue. You throw this at the cat?
Yeah.
Hey, Steve. While Jim is beating the hell out of his comm system, if you want to adjust your camera a little bit. Is that as good as it's going to get?
More, I have to adjust me.
Okay. Well,
that's the best.
Okay, well that's fantastic. That is a great. The more of your skull we get in the shot, I've been told, the better. So don't let nostrils are good too. So anyway, Steve, why don't you tell us about your character or characters and what you think should happen and what you fear probably will happen.
Well, let's see. Currently playing Lieutenant Nels Tallis, Bajoran security officer. I think that on the flip side, I'm playing one of the Tellarite twins or something like that. I don't remember their names. As for what I'm hoping, maybe one day we'll get to those bloody caves. Of course, that would be the funniest thing if we never ever got there. Just All right, beam us up.
Oh, that would be. Oh God! Thanks for telling
You're
me
all,
that, because
you're all good. Beam us up.
Yeah, I think that Grelka's going to just beam you all up now. That would be hilarious. Well, I will say, like the dragons, the caves are coming. I'm just going to go Martin on you. Cameron, how about running this up for players? Is Cameron?
Hey everybody, I'm Cam. I am playing Melkor Ragorthar. Tolkien fans may find a special treat in his name. And he is an Ephesian. He is a xenoanthropologist with a minor in sedimentology and soils. So he's very interested in some of the failing crops on this planet. Which is probably boring to 90% of the viewers. So hopefully he won't be looking at crops too much longer. Maybe his name will lead him into the cave. You never know. And I'm also, I believe, unless I got killed or knocked out, I don't recall if I did. I was playing a Packlet as an NPC who was looking for things to make him go to the gem show. The gem and mineral show for his Tellarite, for his Cardassian employers.
Yes.
We look for gems. They make us rich.
Oh, cool. Atlas, when you get a chance, I think Chopped Hutch needs to get extra chopped. Thank you. Yeah, so, what I want to do is, okay, that's good. Jim, we're going to swing back around to you.
All right.
You sound cool so far.
One hopes that it sticks around.
Okay. So, what do you want to happen, and what do you fear is probably going to happen?
I want. Let's see. Lemuel wants his hands back, and Jim is scared that somebody's gonna get possessed by a freaking demon and start throwing up and spinning around, and it's not gonna be good.
Oh, I like it. Your hands could be possessed by a demon.
Ooh.
Oh shit! I'm giving all my good stuff away. All right, here we go. We last left the group in two. There's two specific action sites, given who is here tonight at the session. We have the field where Lemuel and Azara and Ragathor are. They are going to. They've just treated a lot of injuries. They've got someone who has totally lost faith in the prophets and had to. What did you do with the phaser? What medical procedure did you perform with the phaser again, Lieutenant Azara?
Something along the lines of emergency tranquilization.
Yes, at a distance. Yeah. So yes, you did that. That put down one of the. I think he was kind of losing his mind. He definitely had been broken by all of this, and he was starting to spout out about. He was actually cursing the prophets. So that's that. That's not good. And I believe that Lemuel also had a nightmare where everyone was a zombie.
I did.
You had a nightmare of zombies.
Zombie.
So, well, yeah, that's going to be fun. And Ragathor, you were taken over by another player. So I'm going to do that. I'm gonna leave Steve high and dry for the moment. Welcome to Tellarite Land. I think you got Vortan Blug is the Tellarite we've got here, and you've helped calm down the generator. I can remove that from the generator. There's still fire going on out there, and Lieutenant Braytor is working on fire suppression. I believe you guys all had created ways to put the fire out, and we might just do that since he's not here. But anyway, why don't we, if it's okay, I'd like to pick up this scene first, since it actually has more of our main named characters in it than the other one. If that's okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so Lemuel, you're still unconscious, but have had a hell of a thing. If we were keeping track of stress, I'd probably up your stress track a little. If we were keeping track of that, we'll just give you the trait like shook up at this
Shook
point,
up.
which is a very delicate, very succinct medical condition that I'm counting on Azara to give a care about. Vortan, you're basically keeping the reactor together, and I believe everyone's noticed, and I believe Cam, you have noticed the weird ley lines that happened, correct?
Yeah.
And I'm gonna grab those because those are in a different facility. Here we go. And I'm going to show you kind of the overview. Let me see. I'm going to share I got to share my broadcast screen with you guys. I've forgotten to do that. So it'll be much easier than you guys having to tag team into them with lag. All right, caption, share screen. Start sharing. Okay. So hopefully you can kind of see what's going on. You can see that there's a little arrow here that is our what's it called? There's an arrow to go back to town, and that's back where the rest of the landing party is. You've got crops here where you guys are. There's the fires up here. And then these like little purpley blue or little cyan colored things, those seem to be the things that the plasma reactor interacted with, and it, like it was like redstone or whatever in Minecraft, right? It just ripped up it like a cable, and I believe that. Well, no, I don't think I think Lemuel encountered this yet. But yeah, you guys are laying right on top of one, so that was one of the problems with it. Okay, so that's roughly what you're set up with. Izan, you've got Jordan out in the middle of the field, and he's unconscious, so you get to decide what you want to do with him. Lemuel, you can come back anytime on your own. So what would you like to do? Kind of hoping, go ahead, Destiny, if you've got.
I remember I was feeling like some sort of energy, and then I stopped feeling the energy.
Right, you were approaching him, and it was feeling more overwhelming, right?
Yeah. Okay. So I'm gonna try to approach him, like shake off the feeling for a minute, and go back to approaching him.
Okay. What I'm going to do is, as you get within, I forget what it was, within about like 20 feet of him, it definitely goes up. Ula's standing beside you because she knows that you're sensitive to these things and have gotten a bit overwhelmed. And I believe she knows about the compound you're using to kind of help focus your abilities, if I'm not mistaken. And so she's going to have her phaser out just in case whatever's happened with Jordan. But yes, you're definitely feeling like his waves of confusion. And also, I believe that you started reading and feeling like, let me think. You're feeling something coming, from him as you approach, or at least from his area. And I'm going to ask for, here, let me get I apologize, let me pull up your sheet. Let me pull up your sheet so I can give you your worst roll. There we go. what I would like you to do is, insight's good. This will be insight and probably not control. Duh. Let's go with insight and medicine or science. Those are both good for you.
I did it.
What did you do?
I got a 15 and 20.
Okay, the 20 is the 20. Those are not good.
Oh,
This
right.
is
This
a
is
low.
the other
This is a
game.
roll low game. So you did it in a.
I did
you
really
did it in an
bad.
amazing way in terms of not doing it at all.
I
I didn't do it. So.
Never
Oh
mind.
man. Okay, so you roll the consequence, and then you also just failed to do anything else. Would you want us to describe something or just give me a threat? It's up to you. Do you want to pick a person to describe something that may have gone awry, or did you just want to give me threat to beat you guys over the head with it at a later date?
Let's describe something. Let's have some fun.
You need to pick a person to do this, and then I'll kind of give them some general parameters.
Super Cam is evil. I figured that out last time. I'm going with Jim this time.
Okay, Jim.
All right.
If your microphone holds out.
If my microphone holds out.
Okay, what? She's trying to mask off these feelings and has started trying to stretch out. And if I'm not mistaken, you're working on more sensing things, right? Okay.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna vote that she points whatever her magic telepathic parabolic mirror in the wrong direction is, and she reads Lemuel. So why don't you go ahead and describe whatever it is you want to do in reference to Lemuel's trauma. So you can decide however that manifests itself. She reads him. It's not going to be fantastic, but she definitely ain't reading Jordan. So you go ahead and...
Oh, yeah. Lemuel is really stuck on this zombie nightmare that he's trapped in his brain.
Okay, did you want to give her anything like, visions, possible effects on her? Because part of it is she tapped into your brain, and that's going to do her... that's going to make things a little more challenging for the moment. So you go ahead and describe those things. So channel your inner Cameron on this one then.
Okay. So she's feeling Lemuel's anxiety and depression of seeing zombies all over the place. It's really upsetting in a emotional way more than just being scared. These are people he knows, people he likes maybe.
Okay.
And they're all coming to get him, and his feeling of dread and hopelessness and fear is just so powerful. It's almost like he's giving up. He's like, all right, I'm just gonna put my hand in that guy's mouth.
Okay.
That's just why delay the inevitable.
And is there a clue that she's tapping into your brain, or is this something does she get visions with it, or
Yeah, so she's seeing
okay.
Lemuel is running down hallways on the Odyssey.
Okay.
And every time he turns to see who's sneaking up on him or whatever, there's his reflection is in those black panels.
Mm-hmm.
that are all powered down because of course they are.
Yeah.
It's just emergency lights with steam and just like his panic face all distorted in these black panels all around him.
All right. That is a great description. Yeah.
So, like, as I'm getting these visions, I like feel like I would stop and be like, Jesus Christ, this entire crew needs therapy. Because the last one had dying cats, this one has zombies.
Yeah.
Forgot about the cats. Maybe just I need therapy.
So, like, I'm gonna make a medical log of stardate whatever. Lemuel needs therapy in the future. And then I'm gonna try to adjust my neurosense 9000, see if I can adjust that to pick up someone else.
Okay. What I want to do, I'm gonna ask for just a minor roll, which is the worst thing in the world is to ask you guys to pick up dice. I've discovered. Could you roll a? I'm gonna go with a fitness. Let's go with fitness medicine. Physician heal thyself.
Okay.
If you want, you have bold medicine.
I'm good. Plus, I already rolled the dice, and I actually did okay. And I actually did
really
okay
want
this
threat.
time.
Okay. So, you got at least one success? Okay.
Yeah.
So you weren't, that was to determine how kind of slapped in the face you were by the descriptions Lemuel threw your way. I love the idea that you just turn to Ula and just tell her, oh God, everybody needs therapy. And her response is, well, tell me about it. Well, tell me something I don't know. And say, what'd you see? Why do you say that?
She's also a medical officer, right?
Yeah, you guys are colleagues and know each other.
Cool. So I'm not breaking.
No, you're
confidentiality.
friends. It is kind of a need to know thing because she needs
Yeah.
to know.
Lemuel's having visions of zombies that are very graphic, very disturbing, and I'm pretty sure he's gonna have depression or PTSD from this.
Oh man. Okay, and she puts this in the. She also puts her own log, her own pad thing, and recommends. Movie night needs to just knock it off. We don't need no more movie nights or some shit like that.
No whole deck restrictions, no zombies.
Oh, I love
no
the
horror,
idea that they
no...
put Lemuel on the equivalent of like a salad diet for the social media for his media.
We're restricting you to just Disney stuff.
Yeah, well, no, even that's horrible shit. The Lion King.
No, I
Yeah.
mean, like from 20 years
Deadpool
ago.
Wolverine, the first 5 minutes.
Look, not that.
It's
It's
just
fucking Steamboat Willie from here on out. That's all he gets. Yeah, so I like that. All right, so we got you can readjust. You're aware of that, and did you want to try again? Okay.
kind of.
What way would you approach this differently that would justify trying again? What condition would you change to get you there? Like you could re-up your drug because you said you were going to adjust your psi scan, but I didn't know if that was just shorthand for well, I'm going to like focus again and try this.
I have like the machine thing that's the NeuroSense 9000 that's supposed to focus it in. There may be some
Yep.
settings
Okay.
that I can actually change.
Yeah. Go ahead and let's do a control medicine roll.
Okay.
Any successes are fine.
I didn't
You
get
did
it.
not get it.
Did not get it.
It's like a 14. Oh,
Yeah, I
God.
know.
All right, no 20s, right?
I rolled a 15 and a
You
19.
really need to. I mean, those are the greatest dice for Dungeons and Dragons
are
I've ever
D&D
seen.
dice,
Yeah, those
yeah.
are your greatest
I
D&D
know,
dice.
right?
That's
I got so excited when I saw 20. I'm like, this
yeah.
is the game.
Ooh, yeah. I do like that this game just sort of gets you excited and then just rips it out from under you. It's like Christmas in the '80s. That's basically what it is. So what I'm going to do is while you're, you're not pulling it together. What I'm going to do is flip over to Gathor and Vortan, who are right now. You had tried to calm everybody down, and that's now why Jordan took off into a field and started screaming about how terrible the prophets were. They'd abandoned you. So that was your level of how well you did with your psychology, with your armchair, that was your bedside manner. Vortan, you've also got Lemuel like just quaking and shaking in front of you. So,
Oh dear.
so you both, go ahead and Jim, you can decide. If you want to roll some dice, I would say, probably, I would go like presence and command or something to pull yourself out of it, unless you've got other ways of doing it. Like, is there something that would get you out of this? And Vortran, if necessary, there can be a bizarre, between you and Ragathor, there could be a bizarre ritual of your people that's never been used before that lets you see into his fucking mind. So now's your chance.
The tuning of the tusk.
The tuning of the tusk. And that is in the second edition rule.
Your tusk.
Yeah, my tusk to your tusk. Well, it's like it would transmit along their jaws, like really cool. I'll put my chin on the ground and feel the barkeeper's steps as he comes to serve me drinks. But yeah, you guys, you can decide, Lemuel, you can decide if you want to wake up before, after, or during. And I'm just going to leave, Steve and Cam to their own devices with everybody's fucking injured and down.
So I know about these ley lines.
You do know about the ley lines. You were studying them right before you tried to be a psychologist.
Yeah. I am going to see if Lemuel is actually on one of the ley lines, like if it's messing with his mind. So I'm going to like tricorder the run of the ley line and see, like, is he on it? Is he close to it? And then I'll act accordingly depending on what my tricorder tells me.
Okay. I'd say any success of a control in science will get you any answer you want. You're basically rolling for extra questions.
All right, a 6 and a 15. And let's see, my control in science is that's gonna be 14 or less. So I got one success.
One success gets you like the information I put on the screen, or I put it into Skype chat, because I don't know if does it pop up in front of my face when I type.
I didn't see it. I didn't see it pop up.
Oh,
there,
okay.
So
Hold on.
I gotta check Skype chat. All right. So I see now a connection. So I'm gonna just go over to Lemuel and get him, I don't know, 10 yards away from the ley line. I'm going to say, come with me, Lemuel.
Okay, Vortran, you've seen how bad he is at medicine. I don't know if you want him moving people. Or do you really not care about about him either? Is your chance at a promotion?
Well, I mean, if we need to move him, we need to move him. I guess I'll help Cam move Lemuel.
Okay.
Yeah, that might be a good idea because he's more familiar with you than me since I'm a relatively new crew member on the Odyssey.
Okay. Well, Lemuel is unconscious, at least at the present, until somebody wants to do something. Jim, you can interrupt it. You can just drop in and break into things. So, etiquette, schmetiquette. This is when you take the stage. So you guys, basically, Vortan has about a 12 in this kind of moving people around medically, seeing as he's an engineer. I mean, it's an antimatter pod. It's a banged up engineer. I'm sure it's the same skill. And and pretty much what I need is just fitness and medicine from Cameron.
All right.
When medicine is your dump stat.
Yeah, it's okay. I got a 3.
What?
Let's see. Fitness is 9. My bad one is security. I'm terrible at that. And I'm also really bad at engineering and command.
Okay, so that's
Because medicine sort of dovetails with,
That dovetails with
the
Xeno,
Xeno
yeah.
part. Yeah.
okay. Let's see
So-
what you can do.
All right. Well, it doesn't matter because I got 2 fails. None were bad fails, but I rolled a 13 to 15.
Okay, Vortan. You notice he tries to pick him up by the head.
I don't think that's going to work unless you're trying, what did they call it? Chiropractic?
Oh, yeah, you're right. I guess this is wrong. How would you carry a wounded engineer out before the plasma got vented into the main engineering room?
Oh.
Maybe if you show me how you would do that, in simulations.
Just throw him over your shoulder.
I'm thinking of Wrath of Khan when all the engineering cadets were scrambling to get out of there and people were helping them out of the vented
Oh, they were
plasma.
Either throw him over your shoulder or drag him by the arms.
Okay, do you want to just
Your-
grab him?
Your
and-
heart was in the right place.
Yeah,
but your
I'll
hands
do
were
I'll
not.
do one arm and you do the other arm and we'll drag him then. How about that?
Okay, fine.
He stayed at his post.
Okay, so we got. Oh shit! Yeah, you drugged off the lid. Oh crap! Did you start biting people? This is what I want to know. Let's go with a jump scare. If you guys want to be affected by jump scares, I don't know if you do. I'm just gonna go with fucking evens and odds.
Okay. Yeah, I would probably be. I mean, this is my first dangerous posting, so.
Do you care if Steve? Do you care at all about randomizing the responses of?
Let's randomize. Go for it.
Okay, you decide, guys. Evens or odds? Each of you is separate.
I'm going with evens.
Okay.
I'll go with
Okay.
odds.
Jim or Steve, you're the first die. Second die is Cam. Evens and odds. Okay. Nobody is scared. You
Just
absolutely.
another day at the office.
Nothing I
Nope.
can do scares you.
Okay, Lemuel, what do you wake up as? Because this happens as you bring him off the ley line, and I have not figured out the width of the damn thing, but let's go with it being about a meter.
So you said you're holding Lemuel like this, right? By his 2 arms, dragging him?
Yeah.
Okay, so
Yeah.
he's wriggling and moving and kicking and yelling and screaming. And then as soon as you get him completely off of that line, that 1 meter spot, he just kind of goes and stops fighting and is just looking around, trying to figure out what the hell is going on. I'm on a planet now? What is going on?
I think let his arm
You-
go.
You were
Hold
you were standing on some kind of focus here
Yeah.
that's in the soil, and then I'm going to kind of
Oh, I
call
wanted to.
out.
Oh,
to
can I give
people.
Steve? Steve was doing something too.
Go ahead.
Yep, go ahead, Steve.
No, I was just saying, I think this is the point at which we let his arms go.
Boom.
Yeah. Knock him out. Bangs his head on a rock.
I don't know how far they made it. Okay, so sorry. All right, well that's good. Yeah, you've never really seen. Yeah, so you're just confused and don't know where you are. Cam, you were sorry. Ra was going to do what then?
He was going to like call out to everyone that there's areas under the soil that are dangerous. And then I'm going to screen share my map of the ley lines with everybody who has a tricorder.
Okay.
I assume since Skype can do screen sharing that by the 24th century we can screen share too.
It's kind of depends on when the show was produced.
But you never know with Star Trek. I mean, sometimes things that we can do as a basic necessity just as
I
beyond
like
them.
a piece of paper comes out of the bottom of your tricorder, Izan.
It makes like the dot matrix.
Yeah, it makes a
sound.
dot matrix print
Yeah.
out like a. But you guys are about 100 yards away, so Izan, you actually did hear Lemuel like fire off here, and you heard him scream about something, and you see the Tellarite just taking these two mitten-covered arms with plastic on them, because I don't know if he ever got his arms cut out of him, because he was stabilized, right?
Yeah, no, I still got my mittens on.
So yeah, you're seeing them try and yank him across the dirt for no reason. So you can go ahead and act on that before, and then you can get however far you want before you decide that you've seen the message, or if you ever saw the message. Oops, I'm sorry, Destiny. Oh.
I didn't catch any of that. I'm sorry.
Oh, okay.
It froze.
Yeah. So what's sorry about that. So what's happened is you are about 100 yards away from where Lemuel and Vortan and Ragathor are trying to get him across. Lemuel started screaming, I think in panic, right? And then so you're seeing them try and move him or moving him in a very slapdash kind of way. And you can decide what you want to do with that information. Because Lemuel eventually stops screaming, or no, not Lemuel. Ragathor, Cameron eventually sends information about the ley lines under the soil to you guys.
I'm going to first understand the ley line thing, because I think that might be affecting that might have been that heat and that pain almost that I was sensing earlier.
Mm-hmm.
And as soon as I get that, I'm going to look at my partner and be like, hey, we need to move like 50 feet. Oh, shoot. Sorry, dragon. Like 50 feet that way. Sorry, I have a gear dragon here.
Did you just whack some art in your...
Yes.
Yes. Sometimes you need to give art a punch.
Yes. I'm just gonna move that.
Okay, so what I'm gonna do is, she'll go and get working with you on that, and then
because I don't want to abandon my current patient who I already phasered. I don't want to abandon.
Yeah. And when you look at the map, it's like you're right on top of the line.
Yeah. So I'm trying to get us to move 50 feet to the west of it.
Okay.
And then go.
Okay. So she'll help you move. I mean, you're medical people, so unless you want to roll to build momentum, there's no need to roll any dice, so we can avoid catastrophic problems. So you bring Jordan over. You could probably move him closer to where Lemuel is if you want. You can just bring him back to the camp. You're almost there. Or do you just want to bring him off? He starts to come around as you do that. Mm-hmm. Because it was a light stun. You only moderately tamped him.
I'm gonna not rush towards him, but I am gonna make sure my hands are on his shoulders. I'm like, hey, are you okay, or are you gonna run again? I don't want to have to restrain you.
Okay. He is going to. Let me get. Okay, well, he seems to be. Well, he's rolling better than you guys. I'm gonna get these out before the bad guys show up. I'm gonna get these out of the system. Yeah, he's like waking up a bit. I'll take his marker off. He's waking up. He's like, oh, and where am I? What's happened? And where's Oren? Or I should say, where's Varsa? And he's trying to look around for the other engineer that was with him. But he seems to be recovered from stun. You're getting a relaxed body language off of him, like he's not out of his mind at this point.
So I'll take my hands off his shoulders and I'm like, hey, it's gonna be okay. Like, instead of gripping him, I'm like softly, like not patting him, but like holding him and then slowly pulling back of, hey, it's gonna be all right. We just need to take care of you right now.
Okay.
They're getting taken care of back there, but we need to get you to sick bay as soon as possible.
Okay. So he'll take your hands and you guys can walk back to the main encampment or the main area, right? Is that where you're headed?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm just going to say that even though you didn't say it, I'm presuming you're looking at your map and you're deciding how to avoid the blue line. And yes. Actually, you moved close, away from it, so you don't have to recross it. So yeah, you've got him back. You guys are all back in the camp. Lemuel, what do you do as you woke up? Do you have any reintegration things you need to do, or?
No, he's kind of just coming around
okay.
and putting together what happened from what he sees around him, and really just like cradling his hands and wandering off towards the medical station.
Okay. And what I'm going to do is have Bajor make it back now. The fire is out. That's at least what we're going to decide. And so as you guys make it back, he does bring the shuttle in. He's used whatever maneuver it was that he was setting up to shut down the fire. So now you've got your ambulance back. Yay. So now you actually have access to an actual functioning sick bay with the more powerful lights that you can wave over things.
I don't have to long distance tranquilize anyone.
No, you can just shove them in the shuttle now. They can, if you want to, we can bring, just a couple of medical rolls, about an hour's worth of work here locally. You could probably bring Lemuel back up to speed, because I think it would be ridiculous to just leave him with broken hands. Unless you want to really go nuts and just chop him off.
No, I remember we did like the melting thing.
Yes.
But I'm gonna see if we can debride in any way and get like some of that plastic out, and we're just gonna try to get surgery done now.
Okay. That's gonna be let me see. I'm gonna say that's gonna be what we call an extended task. Like you have like 3 successive rounds of it, like we did for the last surgery. So that'll take a little bit of time and kind of idle Zan and Ula for the moment, and also it'll obviously idle Lemuel, which leaves Ragathor and an NPC to their own devices. Did you guys want Ragathor, do you want to do anything, or do we want to have the other team possibly calling to you guys? Because we can.
I was gonna do one more thing with the ley lines, and then we can have the other team call in.
Okay.
And unless somebody else wants to do something, I was gonna see if can I get any information about if they get stronger as they go in a certain direction? Like, do they hit? Like, are they emanating from a point source kind of thing?
Yeah. So what you've got,
I mean, it looks on the map like there's a point where they all intersect.
and that's
But can I tell if they have more energy of some kind as they get closer to that point
They
source?
they appear to be thicker. They appear
Okay.
like it appears to be like this is actually a mineral of some sort. It's like a mineralogical vein. And yeah, so you've got this like kind of spreading out like tree branches. So yeah, you're coming back
Right.
toward a trunk. So what you're yeah. The answer is yes.
Okay.
Yeah, they do come to a source and a point.
All right.
You can
So
mark that on the map.
I'll screen share that. I'll screen share that information with everybody on how it's tricorders, just so they know that if they get closer to that trunk, it's the areas to avoid are going to get wider.
Oh crap! Yeah, I just kind of accidentally did a thing where I painted myself into a game corner. Hey guys, don't worry about it. I'm sure it'll be fine. Okay.
Oh, yeah. There's no corners in
Yeah.
the game.
So as you start mapping this out, and also you could probably just use the shuttle sensors on top of it to kind of extend your range, or grab the logs. Either way, what will happen is, hey, Nella, tell us what you doing? Because you got a few unconscious people, a lot of unconscious people.
Okay.
And I didn't know if you left it with contacting the other team or not, because you got. Sorry, go ahead.
Well, no. I wanted to disarm the guy with the hand phaser or whatever.
Okay.
I can identify the weapon later. And I'll probably call in for some sort of backup.
Okay. Back up from the team to the north, or are you just going to call from the city?
The encampment, I guess.
Yeah. Okay. I wonder if we can. I'm just going to check and see who I got lying around. Yeah, I've got some Vulcans. Okay, we're just gonna make them honorary red shirts for today. Oh my God, they are right there. Security guard. And all right. Yeah. So, are you reporting to the first officer about any of this, or are you just calling people in?
Yeah, I'll check in with the XO.
Okay. If anybody's got any like chirpy noises they want to use it for special effects, I'm not going to be sad.
Yeah, I don't know if I can get the right one.
Oh, good Lord.
Nope, that's the transporter.
Okay.
There we go.
Yeah, I can't. I'm out of it. Mine's not working. All right. So, I think would be the phrase I would use, whatever that is. So the chirping noise, and the first officer is going to answer. She's like, "Yeah, what is it?" Or is that, if I can get it here, Thorn here. Yeah, because I got to remember her name.
Commander, it's Lieutenant Tallis. I've got a couple of folks here. Had to stun a few of them, including. I figure is the Packlid been stunned? I don't remember.
Yeah, what was the Packlid's disposition? I think he was.
He rolled down the hill. He did that Packlid kung fu maneuver where he rolled at the one guy.
But he got whacked.
And then they blasted
Yeah,
him. Didn't the guy shoot
I think
him?
he's actually been shot by a not a stunning weapon.
Yeah, it was a disruptor.
Yeah, it was a disruptor.
It was a Cardassian disruptor, so he took damage. I just don't know how much, if it was a killing blow or if
Well, he'll have problems if no one renders medical aid.
I am hurt. I need your help.
I'm putting that on there.
So I'll also be calling in for like a medical lift or something like that.
Okay.
Because we've got injured, and gonna want a couple of extra security guys. Because, but we do have a doctor with us, right?
Yeah, you have Kira Voss, who's another Nathaniel character. I believe Silas was Destiny's.
Yeah.
She can try help the Packlet, I would think.
Okay.
But we'll, like I said, I'm calling in for maybe for a pickup, or at least reinforcements to help us square this away.
Okay, so Ella's like, okay, so what are we dealing with here? Why do you need security? What's the situation?
Well, one of the Bajorans has some sort. I haven't identified it, but it's definitely a disruptor. Was taking pot shots at us. Shot a Packlet. Don't know where he came from, but and there were a couple of other Bajorans. I'm guessing if I'm looking at the screen right, they've also been rendered unconscious.
Yeah, it's only Starfleet standing at the moment.
And my concern with the Bajorans is there's something not right even for them. These were, in fact, two of them were the ones I was telling you about earlier.
Okay, do you think
Scoping out camp and acting weird.
I mean, do you think there's yeah, all right. So what kind I'm sending over, we got I've got two people on the way right now, and they should be there in about, I think it's about a 10 minute walk outside the settlement. I don't know how far you guys got, but I was pretty far.
Okay. Not a problem. I think we can manage until then.
Kira's gonna obviously try to stabilize Jerry. Oh God. Okay, well, it's hot or cold for Jerry. Jerry is stabilized. So we're gonna bring him out of death. And what is next is what you want to do with the other unconscious individuals.
How long are they going to stay stunned?
Probably until you need them not to be. Let's go with about 10. Let's go with let's just pretend on Mr. Dice. About 20 minutes.
That's fine.
So they should be.
I'm more concerned about the guy we had to extra stun because he wouldn't go down quietly.
No. Do you need some? Here's a thing. Are you going to examine him yourself? Because I mean, everybody kind of has a tricorder anyway. Yours is more security driven. You know, it isn't going to have the super medical resolution. But you can also do a good old fashioned eyeball inspection of a person.
Yeah. Why don't I do that? That sounds like a good thing.
Okay. And what I need is either. Let me see. This is gonna be. Oh, that's not the thing I wanted. What I'm looking at is if you want to do medicine and insight, or my hatred for this game grows every time I need to make a basic saving throw. Because I need cultural awareness of Bajor. And is that a command thing? Is it science?
Ooh,
That's
a good
not
question.
a great, because it's general knowledge, It's general cultural knowledge, diplomacy's command. I would go with it being command. You can attempt this role because you are Bajoran.
Okay, so
So I'm going to go
command?
insight and command, and you're going to need a couple of successes, and I don't remember. I got to look at your character sheet. What you're looking for is Bajoran legend lore, right? Because you got some obscure knowledge that you're going to be dredging up, or you can declare a fact about yourself. What's your hobby? Did we have hobbies?
No, I mean, I marked off a pastime of cooking. But that's...
Cocaine? Oh, cooking.
Oh.
Okay, got it. Okay, I'm better. All right, I got you.
I'm the deaf one.
It's my pastime.
That's a hobby.
Well, I mean, when Scotty can do it, nobody makes a stink about McCoy being drunk. Okay, so yeah, probably not for cooking, but yeah, I think you've got every culture has its own unique wisdom to share, which I think definitely I'm going to declare that kind of a focus about depth of knowledge of cultures. I think that's something that to me feels very organic for your character.
Okay.
Yep. So you just need to pull off 2 successes on that insight command thing, and you can buy dice or whatever you need to do to get you through the night.
I got my 2 successes.
Okay.
Nice.
All right. Here's a weird thing. I need. I don't want to call on Cameron because I know he'll just take an hour. Destiny, all right, now's your chance to make up some shit about Bajor.
Yes.
Okay. When a Pa Wraith inhabits another host, what are 2 telltale, what is one telltale sign? And Jim, you get to pick the other one, and I'm just going to do this so that Cameron just dies inside.
You can feel the heat radiating off them. Like, they're not sweaty, they're dry. Their skin is dry because you feel that heat coming off them. So it dry skin plus heat.
Okay, cool. Jim, what other thing would a host... Remember, you're also inflicting this on Jake Sisko. So...
Their heads explode.
Yeah. Yeah, what kind of thing goes with a host inhabited body, like, that's observable?
They
Ingrown toenails, what?
like they move very robotically. Like they don't have like very graceful movements. They're very like remote controlled.
Okay. Okay, I'm gonna go with Talos. As you approach Nui Fertu, he is warm to the touch.
You?
And I'm gonna go with you've identified at least that, and I believe it was a bit more rigid and awkward because he did set off your spidey sense. He was definitely odd in his movements. So you can decide how you want to, we're presenting you with 2 things about him that could put you into a conspiracy theory or not. It's up to you.
Well, he could, probably get the doctor to just make sure he doesn't have, fever and arthritis first, and then we'll worry about if he's possessed.
Okay, yeah, because it's like, before we go a little weird, She is very certain he does not have any sort of fever or bacterial infection and she just kind of keeps scans like, or really anything wrong with him. I'm not sure because the heat's not coming from a biological process, and she's trying to like look at his metabolism. It's not his metabolism, so she's actually a bit stymied now with the tricor, and she rolled a 1. So,
Yeah, okay.
so she can't explain it, and also, but he does have some unusual like bioenergetic patterns or what brain patterns. And also his nervous system doesn't, his nervous system also seems to be processing at either a higher level or an unusual level, which means that whatever magic a phaser does is not as effective against those against this particular neural network, nervous system. It's been retuned.
So my next question would be, okay, if it were a normal patient who's been phaser stunned, would tranquilizing him be a bright idea? But in this case, being that I think he is what I think he is, I'm wondering if you should just hit him with a tranquilizer. Just to make sure the phaser stun lasts a little bit longer.
Sir, that would be over medicating a patient. If it was Brator, if it was Nathaniel, he'd zap him in a hot second. I'm gonna pretend they have medical ethics this moment, so I'm gonna declare medical ethics at the moment. Destiny, you've also got your security guy hanging around here if you wanted to horn in on this.
I'm trying to think what he would do. He already shot someone, so I mean, and then he threw a rock at a kid.
Yeah, he threw a rock. Yeah, your day is full. You've marked it all off your bingo card.
Yeah, I think he's still like, holy shit, I bloodied up a kid with a rock. Where is my life gone? Is this what I signed up for Starfleet for?
Mm-hmm.
That's all I would sign up for Starfleet for, to be honest.
Hit people with rocks? Okay.
So you're kind of, I hate to say it, you're kind of like out of it is what I'm hearing.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm questioning my life choices right now.
Okay. Got it. Okay, you're questioning your life choices. The doc's gonna need I'm gonna need something to go on, Lieutenant. I don't quite follow why I need to over medicate this guy.
Your world is from a scientific point of view. What I'm talking is from potentially a religious point of view. We not only do we have the prophets, but we have their opposites, the Pa-wraiths, who are supposedly capable of possessing people. And of course, I'm only going by what my granny told me. And she drank a lot of homemade liquor, so this could all be nonsense. I'm just saying I want to be prepared. I'm not asking you to cross any lines at the moment. I'm just looking at options.
Okay. But you did pull out the "you have to respect my culture" card, which all Starfleet officers are inherently weak against. Well, I had to help that Klingon unalive himself after he got a hangnail. So, okay, I guess I'll just zap him. Could you do a command and it's either presence or reason, because it depends on how you wanted to arrange your argument.
Well, I'm more asking her opinion. Is it such a bright idea? I'm not asking her to actually do anything to this guy yet.
Okay, well, she's never, well, sir, I'm never a fan of, it's never advisable to zap somebody, but possession? So you're saying there's another life form overlaying onto this child?
Potentially. I understand I don't necessarily believe it 100% myself, but I don't know, with everything that I've been hearing, some book blowing a guy's eyeballs out, and this guy has, well, basically what I remember my grandmother telling me, for some strange reason, she decided to tell me that's a sign of Pa-Wraith possession. Again, it could be the grain alcohol she was drinking at the time.
Well, I mean, oh no, the ghost candle hasn't fucking shown up yet. Okay, the candle's not canon yet. That gets around Starfleet Medical really fast. It's like you hear about Bev. She's gonna, I mean, because you've explained, I'm gonna go with her interpretation is gonna be that there is another life form possibly possessing the person, because that's not outside of Star Trek. I mean, that's not an unusual thing. She's gonna run some more scans on him now that she knows kind of what she's looking for, and operating under that hypothesis that you've given her. Well, she's not the best of the tricorder on this, but okay. Okay, well that would explain the unusual neural patterns and the very atypical things, and also, well, I maybe the entity itself is generating this heat because it's definitely not coming from him. Is it as dangerous? Does it need a host? Like if I put him under, will this thing just fuck off?
I'm going to say to the GM, you're going to.
Oh, I'm going to say you guys can work amongst yourselves, or you can consult Cameron and make Cameron the lore master on that. Let's go with this.
I put one thing in Skype.
Yeah, there's a Skype chat on that. What I will do is, some of this is going to be Granny's knowledge, so it may or may not be true. Okay? Granny's knowledge to you is that once the creature binds with a host, it's there until the host isn't anymore, because they're just that evil.
Right.
They can't go body hopping. You gotta kill off whatever it is. So that was Granny. That was Grandma Nellis's attitude about that, was that it would suck the host dry or whatever, and it was like it was just there to say be a good kid, or the Pa-Wraiths will bond with you, make you pick up a Cardassian phaser and shoot a pack lead.
Okay. Yeah.
Lighter than she knew.
Yeah, it's a tale as old as time. But yeah, her legend to you is that it's forever bonded to the guy now until he's dead.
Okay.
How much of him is left if he's already bonded with this thing?
Are you is that an Ensign Selvis thing?
Yes.
Okay, Selvis has sauntered over and has brushed the rock dust off his hands, wiped the blood off the rock, retrieved it. Yeah, I don't know, sir. It's hard to tell. I mean, I guess I can do some kind of a scan for Bajoran versus non, but I don't really have a pattern for this guy. But I could probably go against Bajoran baseline.
I wouldn't worry too much about that. My main concern is how quickly he's going to pop out of phaser stun. I mean, technically, if he was anybody else, 20 minutes is the guess, but Lord only knows how quickly this thing will get up and try and be a pain in the ass.
Oh.
Why not just restrain him?
Probably do that too. I don't even know if we have anything to restrain him with.
Yeah, a distinct lack of handcuffs in Starfleet, which is really
Yeah.
weird. It's not like you're all carrying them with that tool belt. Hey, all the tons of new people in chat, how you doing? Let me see. Well, I mean, you can. I mean, there'll be. There's 2 security guards on the way. You want to send them back to have them bring binders? I mean, you know the 2 dudes that are on the way. You know, it's Chet. It's Chet and Chad. I've just decided.
No, because they're probably halfway here, and
That's for another one. Okay. You can cast around and just say, hey, there's a vine here if you really want to just go and tie him. If you want something to immobilize him, you guys can do that fairly easily.
okay, but yeah, but if we can improvise something, that'll be
Yeah,
fine.
you can improvise, at least for the moment. Again, he's down for now 18 more minutes, according to the bit. Jerry, you're starting to come around, so that's a good fun thing.
Oh,
With a big scorch mark on your chest.
that hurt.
Okay, well, we're just leaving that to die there. Jerry, do you have anything you want to hang around for, or what's your plan here, buddy?
But he was looking for minerals for the Cardassians. Were they related to the ley lines? I know that that's kind of a meta question, I guess, because I don't know exactly what gems and minerals he was
Well,
looking
he's not going to tell them, but yeah, he was
Right.
He was definitely looking for stuff, and the things he needs are the ley lines. Yes. So you guys can beat the shit out of him for that information later. Now that I've exposed what the information is, you work backward to the clue.
Yeah. So he's gonna kind of dust himself off,
You
and
can just-
then does he have the equivalent of a tricorder, or is he using like, dowager sticks? Like, how is
Pick
he?
a random.
How is he?
Well, he
searching?
basically. I'm just going to declare that Jerry steals anything he needs, or has stolen it. So you
Okay.
can just give him any eclectic piece of equipment.
All right,
Like
so-
he could have like an
so they-
Orion, foot
so
bath or some
he's-
shit.
Yeah. Okay. Well, so he goes back to his job now. He's like, oh, that hurt. Must find more mineral for the bosses. They make me rich. And then he looks at this device, which, if anybody's seen a Nausicaan tricorder, he seems to have a beat up one that he got at a used flea market or pawn shop or
I think
something.
it has some. It
So
still
it's
has
not
a Nausicaan. It still has some Nausicaan blood on it, which I think is how he got that tricorder.
Yeah, that sounds good. And he just starts, he totally just starts scanning for stuff and walking around again.
Okay.
He doesn't thank the doctor for waking him up or saving his life.
Oh no, I figure he's going to go back on his deal. Security team, you can let him go away if you want. He's going to just do his own thing without you. Just double checking. Destiny, you're still around, right?
Yeah, I kind of want to point my phaser at him, but I don't want to shoot it. But I don't want to get in trouble either. So I'm debating whether to do that or not.
Well, you do have a superior officer, which absolves you of all guilt and responsibility.
This is true.
This is why there's managers that do things in Starfleet. This is what lieutenants are for.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm gonna aim my phaser at Terry, but I'm not gonna
Jesus.
do anything.
Do you want to talk to Lieutenant Tell us about this, or it's just?
Uh,
I'm I was already holding it. Wasn't I still holding it from?
Yeah, it's still out.
So I'm just
Jeez.
lifting it up again. Don't like not even saying anything, just in case no one noticed the backlit. I'm just like, don't like annoyed at this point because I'm like, I already hit the kid. I don't want to hit a backlit too, which is basically hitting a kid.
I'm just gonna leave this to you guys. Sorry, Steve.
Friend Packlet, before my associate does something regrettable. You okay?
I'm better now. Thank you, Starfleet, for helping. We look for minerals.
Really? I swear you said something about for your bosses?
Yes, I have bosses. They are the spoonheads, we call them.
Oof.
Well, we don't call them to their face.
Yeah, I have far worse terms for them, but that's not good. Are they nearby? Or are they on the planet? Where are they at?
Oh, how can I
I guess
side channel to you, Cam? What's the best way to side channel to you?
Yeah, let me check. Maybe
Are you a bigger fan of Discord? Okay. The hell are you, man? Oh, why do I mean, can you just send me a quick note and that way it pops up on my list? Because I am ridiculously bad at this.
I should probably just look at the Skype chat.
No, because the Skype chat is telling.
Right.
I'm gonna have
pops
wheels
here.
within wheels and secrets from the players.
I
Okay.
did
Yeah,
a
but
DM on Discord.
in my current configuration, going out to the Skype chat would mess with me. So feel free.
I suppose during this, I'm gonna lower my phaser because if he's talking to him, I don't want to get fired.
I need to get back. The bosses are mean if we don't get them their minerals, but they are here on the planet.
Jesus.
Really? The Tricorps has their location?
I cannot say.
Oh, I understand. Secrets within secrets.
They tell me to be secret. Yes.
See,
So I look for things. They give me treasures for minerals.
oh, well.
They make me rich,
Okay.
but they treat me mean.
Meaner than calling them spoonheads?
That's why they get that name.
Hey, Jim, how about you hop in as the doc so that you can just enjoy the shit out of this? That way you're not sidelined. She's a hard-bitten woman from a colony, like many medical officers. They all seem to be scrappy.
Scrappy.
Well, I want to make sure that you get back to them okay. But if I don't know where they are, I won't be able to know that you got back to them okay.
He's got a point.
Would you help them? They need help.
Oh,
I help them.
I'm sure. Listen, just send me your information, and I'll, to my tricorder, and I'll come out and to help them a little later.
Yeah, that's the idea. Is like
Hey.
that their attitudes have changed since mid contract,
Right.
and he doesn't realize what's happened.
Actually, maybe you could make them pay. They used to pay, but now they don't.
Yes, I'm sure I could make them pay, but I have other things to do right now. But like I said, can give me your information off your tricorder, and I'll be able to find you when I need to talk to you.
I could trade my tricorder for yours.
Mm,
I like to trade. Yours would help. Yours
eh,
is better. Mine is old.
well, but I
I
wouldn't
need
want
good things to help my job.
I wouldn't want the spoonheads to be meaner to you.
They would be happy if I had a better machine.
Well,
They laugh sometimes.
again,
They say mine is broken, but mine works.
What
Well,
if we fix yours?
if you lend me your tricorder for a moment, I'll see what I can do to fix it.
You can fix it?
Oh, I can try and improve it.
That would help.
All right, pass it over.
Give me something in escrow. I know that word. I must
the word
have something.
escrow.
I must have something in
I think he
trade.
learned that. He
you're
learned
the-
that like the Crimson Force Field, they like learned one new term, and now they've got escrow. And I'm going to declare that that's you. Yeah,
So you're-
Steve. I'm going to say maybe it's a joke, but I definitely love the idea.
So he's a Packlet who's been hanging out with the Ferengi again. All right.
Some like it,
Yeah.
but I love the idea that like now he knows this new word.
And he's all excited to use it.
Sure.
It's like sanctuary.
You-
Uh,
I could take your
The
tricorder.
doctor goes into their bag and pulls out an empty hypo spray and holds it out, showing the cool blinking lights at the top.
This looks good.
It is very
Okay.
good.
Excellent.
It blinks.
I will keep this until my tricorder is fixed.
Sounds like a deal.
It should only take a moment.
okay.
Okay.
So how
basically,
cagey does this go? Cameron, are you going to actually do the trade straight?
Yeah, I'm gonna reach out for the empty hypo spray while my other arm is handing over the tricorder. I want to do it so I get nothing. I never have both hands empty.
Okay. I didn't know. Talis, you're just doing this as a straight trade as well. So
Yeah,
I
I'll
just didn't.
take
Sorry.
Tricorder.
Okay.
And then basically, I want to set it up so that, I guess, to copy all the information off of his tricorder.
Okay.
But I'm also sort of linking it up so that I'll know where his tricorder is, and we can just use that information for later.
Okay. You're gonna put a tracker on him.
Yep.
Okay. Good idea. You are gonna download all the data from Jerry's tricorder, correct?
Oh yes.
Okay. I've got.
With a virus checker, please.
God damn it.
Years in the tech division.
It's like, son of a bitch. It's like, you could just tell. Did my face tell you that badly? That, I'm so excited. It's like, God, all right. Yeah. So let's.
He is a security
He is-
officer. I'm sure Raga Thor probably would have just stopped it out and looked at it.
Okay, let's go with probably just either probably reason and either engineering or security to do the whole spiel. It's a
Okay.
couple of points, a couple of successes for that.
Okay, so that's 13 or less. Okay. I got 2 successes.
Okay. Yeah, you absolutely you pull the data in, virus free. The virus thing does flag like 8,000 things in in his database
Okay.
and old porn sites.
Ah,
They are, however, Nausicaan porn sites. So you can take whatever psychic trauma you want by even looking at them.
yeah, no, I know better.
Okay, and then, but yeah, the virus detector does detect several problems with the tricorder, none of which seem to be a deep laid plan of Jerry's. And now you've got his data, and you've also
Okay.
got his system is now a tracking device. So pretty much within a county, you can get to him just using a
Okay.
tricorder. The ship, bigger ships, better sensor arrays will let you pinpoint him farther away.
Yeah.
But for mano a mano, you got him for the county.
Okay. All right. And I hand him back his tricorder. And say, so
Okay,
I'll be able to help you and your Cardassian friends. Right now, I've got to go help some of my friends.
Show me the improvement you make on my tricorder.
Damn.
Okay.
How did you fix?
How
did you fix?
I put something.
And that
I put something
I'll,
like
I'll
Tetris
give
on.
the doctor back the hypo spray once I have my tricorder in my hands.
I put something like Tetris on there or something. Just
How about,
Snake.
how about this
Oh,
little game
interesting.
that like makes discs going?
Yeah. There you go.
Oh God.
Not suck disc.
The disc suck. Yeah, the suck disc. Yeah, you put in suck disc version 3
It's the special Wesley
with
version.
in-app purchases.
The Ferengi version then in that
Yeah.
version.
But yeah, you put suck disc on.
Oh, this
Yeah.
looks good. This looks good. If I build things with these blocks, do they make real things?
No, but
I see I can assemble these.
you can save them as blueprints. Yeah, sure.
Oh. Maybe I can build a ship of my own. You helped a lot. Thank you.
Yes.
I better get back to the bosses. They might be mad. I'm taking too long. But I can show them my burn.
Yes.
I will
We won't be
I will
long.
tell them Bajoran shot me.
Yeah, I'm sure they'll be happy about that.
Oh, I love the idea that you just bought a Win RAR license for the Packlids. At least that's what Good Devil's comment is. Yeah, so you do that. What I want to do is both Steve and Cameron. I don't know where you're going to keep this, but you each are awarded a player point, a player fate chip, as it were, and that can be traded in at any game or for any character you are playing as an advantage or whatever would be the equivalent of advantage in a system. So that was for exceptional role playing.
Okay.
All right.
I'm just going to start testing that out. Seeing as you're both in a game with me, I guarantee the GM's going to let you pull this out and use it at any time. But it goes with you as a player, so that'll be fun.
Okay.
So I think you've all also got like freaking determination up the wazoo too. So Jerry's going to just wander off, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
unless
as he's
unless
going
they
up,
want
I'm
to
just
offer him anything
making sure the
fun.
tracker is. Oh, okay, good.
Yep, tracker's functioning normally. Because you didn't let me do the thing I wanted to do.
I call the XO.
Thorn here.
We have a new problem. There are Cardassians on this
Yeah,
planet.
we're picking up more problems than we're solving, Lieutenant. I think I'd like to hear I've solved a problem. Can't you do that? Once in a while, just once. Could you call me with I've solved a problem?
Listen, you're not going to give me access to the phaser rifle, so no, I can't.
Yeah, whether their solve to make problem is about a 50-50 in my experience, Lieutenant. But there's Cardassians.
Yeah, we helped the Packlid, and he's on his way. He's working for the Cardassians. He's scanning for some minerals. I copied his tricorder, so I have all the information we need to see what they're up to. But I don't like the fact that they're here while we're here, because, well, I don't think they're supposed to know we're here.
Okay. There's a bit of doubt in her voice because it's like, wait, you're trusting the word of a Packlet.
I'm sorry. Did you just insinuate that I trust anybody?
Well, you're taking
Cool.
the word of a Packlet. Let's go with that.
I accept that that's what he thinks he's doing. I haven't had a chance to look at whatever data they gave him and whatever data he collected.
Okay.
Once I analyze all this stuff, we're going to have more problems. But
What do you mean more problem? What are you expecting,
well, I'm
Lieutenant?
no more sure we're going to have more problems, Commander. It's Cardassians and Packlids. There isn't enough Saurian brandy and Excedrin on this planet. Oh.
Silly question, Silas. You're hearing this whole Cardassian thing right up front. So what are you doing with this?
How much does Silas actually know?
In terms of what? Like in my brain, you're gonna have to.
Yeah.
That's a very open-ended question, so I might need you to go with about. He is a graduate of the Starfleet Academy. He is assigned to a Galaxy-class vessel. Any of the smart-ass shit that any of the ensigns that you've encountered in Star Trek should serve as like kind of a foundation for him.
How much would he know about the political climate between the Cardassians and the Bajorans at this time?
Well, he's aware of all the treaties, all the laws because he's a security officer, right? I mean, he knows that basically there's the Badlands and anything that you would see as general knowledge. So he knows the Cardassians shouldn't be here, and he was also involved when on the way to the planet, a group of Cardassian privateers or concerned citizens tried to attack a transport that was carrying supplies to this planet. So you're aware that there's heightened tensions and things like that.
So I'm going to start thinking about like war and stuff like that, and my eyes are going to get wide with both terror and oh crap, like my phaser scores are actually going to come into play. I don't know if I'm saying any of it, but I might be mumbling it and not realizing it. I'm just like zoned out of this is beyond my pay grade.
Okay, so there's a morale failure going on to your left, Lieutenant.
Oh boy.
Is that what you're giving off? Is that what you're putting down?
Yeah, I went from blooding a kid with a rock to almost shooting a Packlet to I'm questioning all of my life choices. I don't know if this is what I signed up for. Like, I'm just,
I like
oh shit, oh shit, oh
I
shit.
like the idea that you might want to just start generating a history of what he really wanted to do, like be a lumberjack or something.
Oh, he wanted to be a violinist, actually.
Oh God, I love it. Okay.
So you wanted to be a violinist, but you got into violence. That makes sense.
Oh,
They were
I
right
didn't know
next
how
to
to
each
spell,
other
okay?
yeah.
on the sign-up sheet.
Right?
They asked what my hobbies
Violence.
were. I wrote violence.
I wrote violence
I got
because
it
I went
right away.
because you couldn't
okay.
spell is what damned
Well, either you
autocorrect.
misspelled it, or someone in Starfleet needs to go back to the academy.
Yeah, I like the idea. Yep. So basically, yeah, you've got Silas questioning what it is they're doing here, because this was supposed to be kind of this low grade. Hey, we take a bunch of we take a bunch of paper towels to the flood victims and we just throw them out there. That was his whole idea, right?
Yeah.
Okay, and now it's not. Yeah, you didn't grab the most prepared of the security teams. Nelson, Kira, if you got opinions, I apologize.
No,
You
I
guys,
think we're fine here.
okay? You let well, you can let Silas continue to spiral, or you can try and slap some
Silas also
sense
needs
into
therapy
him
now.
or something. He is technically an
Silas,
NPC. So
Silas, are you having issues?
I don't know. This is not what I signed up for. I don't know, man. Or sir, or I don't know.
oh man,
Do you feel you can carry out your duties at least till we get back to the encampment?
I bloodied a kid with a rock.
I'm going to take that as a no.
I think that's pretty safe.
I'm still holding a phaser too when I shout that, aren't I? Like lowered, but I'm still holding a phaser technically.
Can I see what setting the phaser is on?
I'm yeah. I'm like shakily handing it out to you, and I'm just like,
I'll take that. Thank you very much.
Oh God, I like the idea. Yeah, if you're shakily holding it. Oh, that's wow. You took it all the way away from you reached clear into Destiny's house, and then
Yes.
there's the phaser. I mean, you're dynamite with a quarter too. I'm sure. Yeah. So I will say, I hate to say this, Destiny. I'm gonna have Silas get disarmed.
yeah,
If because I think that's probably a good idea.
that's probably a good idea.
I'm
Silas is not going to object to
Okay,
this. Silas is losing
Good.
their shit.
Now I've got 3 guns.
But still no phaser rifle.
Yeah, well, I'm not going to need one in a minute.
I think you just duct tape them all together. You can make a phaser rifle out of them.
Shit. right.
So yeah, what I'm gonna. All right. So you said something in a minute, Silas. I'm gonna say that probably. I think you're already doing this. The weight of responsibility is now no longer on Silas's soft, round shoulders. I think. I think now that he's kind of relieved of duty, are you going to kind of relieve him of duty, or did you just do that? Implied.
Well, I guess for the moment it's implied.
Because he can still do things, just not shoot things, right?
Well, yeah. So I'll hold on to the phaser. If I feel you need it, I'll give it back to you. I'll take whatever heat the comes down from the first officer.
Oh, speaking of heat,
Uh-oh.
yeah, the person next to you. Let me see. We'll get rid of Jerry. Kira, Ella's not there. All right. I'm gonna have the 2 security guards come up. If I can find them, because I thought I had them. So the 2 Chad and Chat show up. If I can. Why am I not finding anybody here? There they are. Okay, so I'm just going to drop the 2 security guards, guards 2 and 3, which means nobody needs to play them. So they do show up, and there's reporting is ordered.
All right. I'm gonna guess neither of them have binders or anything like that.
You can just spend a couple of momentum and just say there's binders.
Do it.
Yeah.
Because there's a thing like, oh yeah, I forgot to pack this, but I want it. Philosophy of the
Right.
game, yeah. So I think that's just 2 points of not standard equipment that's not deadly.
All right. So I have them handcuff.
Yes. You've handcuffed children. One with a rock bounced off his head. I think you should
Yeah.
make Silas put the handcuffs on the child that they hurt.
No, because I'm not looking to cause her more sanity loss.
Okay.
It's just there's I say I will save my cruelty for Cardassians.
Okay. Good word.
All right. Let's get all these people back to base camp.
Okay. What I'll do is I'll just have you guys all come along. As you're walking back down the hill, I'm just gonna pretend you just quick checked in on your tricorder. It's still registering the pack lead just wandering around. Well, actually, no, he's not wandering. He's kind of making these weird straight lines, and it seems to be independent of terrain. Like he's going like just up and down stuff. He's not following geography. He's following something else, or he's just a dumb pack lead and he just walks in a straight line.
All right. Well, I'm gonna say I've been recording the tracking.
Okay.
So I'll at some point later I'll look and I'll be like, oh, okay.
Okay.
I'll compare notes with other characters if necessary. Well, it'll be necessary.
Eventually, I don't know how I'm going to get all you together until I blow this shuttle up. We're going to quickly, because you guys are going back to town, which is a great place to kind of leave that team. The shuttle, were you going to try and do the surgery in the shuttle or just cart his ass back?
I think I'm going to do enough just to numb him and like prep him for surgery, so that way when we get back, he's ready for surgery.
Okay.
But I'm gonna like numb him. I'm gonna like get all the giant pieces of plastic off that I can, but for the most part, I'm just prepping for surgery.
Okay. I don't think Lemuel, you're not suffering from any long-term effects, or do you want to anything you want to get out? This has been a Lemuel light episode, I'm afraid.
Yeah, no, Lemuel is just happy to be here.
Okay.
He's glad nobody left him behind in that field having nightmares.
Okay. What I'm gonna
Is he still having nightmares? Am I sensing that while I'm like deep reading him?
Am I? I'm replaying the nightmares.
Yeah, actually, you could just be kind of dwelling on them, if you want. That seems like a good thing.
Yeah, you know how like you have a weird dream or bad dream and it just keeps coming back all day? That's what I'm going through. That's what Lemuel's going through right now.
I'm like, is he aware I'm Betazoid where like I'm not gonna be able to hide it on my face that hey, I just sensed everything and I realized how fucked up you are.
No, you can do that. I think that's something all betazids try and learn to suppress, but I think that you're not so good at it.
Yeah. That's me. And I'm just gonna look at him. I'm like, as I'm deep reading and as I'm like prepping for surgery, you can just see it on my face of I want to say something and I don't want to like invade his privacy and be like, yeah, I saw that. That was pretty screwed up. But like you can tell something's off.
Okay, her giant black eyes, because I think if I'm not mistaken, that is the thing. They have black irises.
Yeah, their whole eyes.
The whole eye, yeah, the bit. Her
Yeah.
her deep eyes, they appear troubled. So there you go. You can decide what Mr. Empathy is if he's just too wrapped up in his own shit to do it.
Yeah.
You know, Ula could do a penny for your thoughts if necessary. But if you guys want to just shit can a roleplay opportunity, that's fine by me. I'm being cynical. If you guys just want to ditch a role playing opportunity in a role playing game, you know, it'd be my guess. It's like you know.
I'm okay. I would be the second one to speak because I don't want to give away the fact that I'm thinking about this. I'm just gonna be like,
Oh, you can.
all right. So can I see your hands? Can I?
Well, you can actually because I forget you don't do much. You haven't done much with TTRPGs, right?
Not a
So
lot.
if you're ever stuck, and I do this, you know, if you're like me, and I know I am, you can just decide and say, screw it, and you just throw it to chance, and say evens or odds. You know, I'm going to just blurt it out. I have like, you know, this is so overwhelming, and it means that you kind of, you know, I as a player, you go, well, it would be great to start this. But as the character, how do I know if they're going to break? And you can just decide and say, well, fucking Ezra Dax is just going to start blabbing, right? Nothing wrong with that. Or if you wanted to do it with numbers, if you felt more comfortable just not making that choice, you could just use dice, or you could, you know, roll against, I think, your control and probably control and medicine or something. But, you know, evens or odds work for me. Or just say, hey, there's a 30% chance that I'll keep my shit together, and then just throw some dice. So anyway, what is it? What'd you do? Did you blurt it out? Because it moves the scene forward.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna be like, all right, can I see your hands? And like, I'm shaking at this point. Like I'm trying to keep my cool, but it's obvious that there's something on my mind, and I'm like, I really need to get this plastic off. Hey, are you okay? And like, I think he realizes like I'm not talking about his hands.
This is a lot just happened on top of all this that you're fixing right now. I think I'm gonna have to go have a nice long lay down when we get back aboard the ship.
Yeah, I understand. I realize you might be going through a lot. If you ever need someone to talk to, I may not be a ship's counselor. I may not be there yet, but if you just need a friend, I'm here.
I appreciate that. Thank you.
So I'm gonna try to like deep read a little bit more, but at the same time, like I'm trying so hard not to say, dude, what's with the zombies? I'm trying so hard not to say it.
You could. Do you want to develop that part of your character where you'll just have a Freudian slip? I mean, because part of it is like I'm just gonna say, like, remember, this is like real life, but with all the boring shit taken out of it. So if there's a way you can make an active choice to say, oh no, I feel that this needs to. I would talk about this, or I would blurt it out, or it would be more interesting if suddenly, boom, I revealed that I just been inside your fucking head. All those things are totally okay, and especially since you're just starting to get to know what Azan's about. you know, I like the Freudian slip thing because that lets you get away with murder.
Yeah. Maybe evens or odds, whether I can hold it together or whether Freudian slip.
Oh, sure. Yeah, go ahead and roll your. Or I'll throw the number if you can just lie like I do. Or you can roll out in front of God and everybody. So evens or odds?
Evens for Freudian slip.
Okay. Okay, it's odds. So that's boring. I'm gonna roll again. Okay. What do what I do? Just roll again. But no, but you do, Lemuel, if you want to be absolutely, utterly unclueless and just grope your way towards, because you got your own shit, but she's definitely like, there's a dentist that looks like they have MS working on you, essentially, right? And I shouldn't say MS, or Parkinson, well, the Parkinsonian tremor, but you definitely, you've seen this in junior engineers just before they rupture a plasma manifold.
Are you okay? You're looking like maybe you need a breather.
I don't know. I think I'm a little zonked or
Oh, it's like,
yes!
Here's the zonk. It gets.
I mean, I'm sorry. That was completely unprofessional. I didn't mean that. I meant I don't know what I meant. I am so sorry. That was so unprofessional. Please forgive me.
Okay. I mean, if you don't feel like you need to take a break before you do this potentially life-altering procedure on me, definitely, feel free to have a cigarette, walk around in a circle, something. Because I'm not. I'm going to admit I'm not a huge fan of shaky hands.
That is fair. That is something that I would definitely. Yes. I feel like I've seen a ghost or again, I'm so sorry. I'm
something's popping into Lemuel's head. He's looking really closely at your eyes.
Oh, I'm gonna be a real dick. Either Steve or Cameron. Actually, both of you. You guys are the lore masters. I'm giving you something creative to do, and I'm just that's how big of a risk I'm willing to take. You're going to be talking about making up some culture from Beta Z. I need 2 different creatures which behave in an undead way. Like what kind of spooky Halloweeny things do they have? So each of you come up with some kind of a reanimated corpse kind of thing going on for betazoids and like a name. Because there's different kinds of zombies, like here on Earth, there can be different kinds of zombies on Beta Z. I love putting your ass on the spot.
Something more on on a Dracula vampire legend type thing.
Okay.
Just trying to think of a good name, like maybe the Grell.
Okay, I love that. All right, so hopefully, Destiny, you're writing this shit down because I'm not.
I'm typing mine in the Skype chat, so she has a copy.
Oh, fine. But yeah, there's we've got the Grell, which is kind of a vampiric creature.
Yeah, and mine is called the Mind Number, and they are betazoids who have no innate telepathic ability, but they can cause other betazoids to lose their ability, and it kind of stunts, then they sort of walk around in a daze because they've suddenly lost connection with everybody else on the planet.
So I'm going to look Lemuel in the eyes and be like, full disclosure, I feel like I have seen like the Grell. Do you know what I mean? And I'm just gonna throw it out to him as if, well, he's either gonna catch my drift or it's gonna go completely over his head because he knows nothing about Betazoids.
Let's see. Now I'm gonna do a roll.
I love that both of you absolutely are playing into the we're all aliens to each other. So congrats.
Let's see if Lemuel took a
cultural exchange
introduction
card.
to Beta Z.
Yeah, Destiny.
Yeah.
Azara did not go to movie night, so.
Yeah, he definitely did, because a part of Lemuel's overwhelming fear of zombies is that he's actually low-key obsessed with them. And he looks up all different zombie legends from all the different planets, because it helps him feel like he's in control of something.
Damn. Okay,
like it helps him feel like
you're
he's
bucking for a goddamn point, aren't you?
No, I don't care. But he's like, oh, the Grell. Those are like a vampire creature, right? Grill.
Yeah, they're something quite awful. I'm sure you can relate in your culture. But they're something
pretty nasty from what I remember reading. I know what it feels like. I know what it's like to feel like you've just seen them. I can tell you that. Just remember that they're not real?
Can we roll for are they actually real? And
yeah,
I mean,
guys,
how can you even rule
legends.
anything out? How can you rule anything out in Star Trek?
I mean, it's a ghost.
Yeah.
It's a sex candle. Steve, you create or no? Who created the Grell?
That was my call.
Okay, Steve, you have creative control over the Grell, and you can decide what.
I tried
is
to put
true.
it in Skype chat, but I don't know if it went through.
Did it make it? Okay. Is it a paragraph?
I don't know. No, it was just a brief. Like standard issue Earth vampires. They've got a thing for against
sunlight and a Betazoid spice like cumin. Oh man, Taco Bell is sheer unmitigated hell for the Grell.
yes.
Okay, yeah, I like that. And also on their actual thing, are they legendary creature? Like, do they exist here now, or are they like kind of legendary, or are they like salt vampires? It's up to you. I mean, you can decide if she's seen one.
that's kind of what I'm going with. Like, have I seen one before? Have I encountered this? Does it exist?
We could go with it. It is something that exists, and that maybe you're just not sure that of what you actually, that you saw when you were maybe a little kid, and then, your parents went, no, come on, those things aren't real, and then of course your grandma went, they do exist. Okay, either my parents don't know, or grandma needs to go in a home. I don't know.
I do like that we're all getting grandma. That really the grandmas are just going to carry the game for us.
Is carrying this.
Yes. I don't know. There's a lot of people that might disagree with you. They're real to some,
Oh God! Now we're going to go into conspiracy theory territory. Again, like maybe if you go through a transporter beam and grab a thing in there. But those are all I'm going to go with those are cool because I like that you got extra legends. You got possibly building either a suicide cult or a new Ghostbusters franchise. Either way, this is going to work. What I want to do
Make
is
it happen.
kind of call it there because we kind of ran over. So I really appreciate everybody doing this. This is really great. Thanks again, guys,
This is a blast.
for doing this. Nobody's gotten to the damn cave yet. I've got big arrows going this way to the cave.
Those ley lines.
I've got ley
I
lines.
can dream, can't I?
Ugh, man.
I'm hoping they go right to the cave.
Okay, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna do a wait, don't tell me, where I'm gonna tell everybody, okay, we've got other things going on Architects of Fate this week, and then after we talk about that, this is why you stick around. You get to find out what the hopes, fears, and fever dreams of the cast are for the next episode, and it's probably gonna be that damn cave. But anyway. What I'm going to do is, if I can find my notes, we do have a lot of things going on Architects of Fate, even though we wouldn't notice it from this list. But we do have, everybody follow us in Discord. Today's the last day of September. And please follow us. Please like us, or if you're watching on the YouTubes, or please... please subscribe. It would be nice. If nothing else, just join the Discord. But tomorrow, we have Star Trek Strange New Playtest. This is the finale of the series. And the episode is called Touch Some Grass. The celestial algorithm has revealed itself and claimed that the crew of the USS Challenger has passed tests. But what does it really want, and why? So let's join us for this final session of the show, as we say farewell to your favorite players and good riddance to the players you don't like. And then on Wednesday, we have Off the Rails, or playing Star Wars Outlaws while the D&D session is in hiatus. And then Thursday, they are off because they're going to be prepping a totally new show, which is something of Alvonia, I believe. And I don't have a write-up for it. And then Friday, of course, we close out our week with Cookie Trek. This series is Cookie Trek, the Motion Picture, Part 6, Loop. No idea what that means, but... basically, an unknown, mysterious, large energy life form is approaching the edge of Federation space, and the crew of the crew of the fan service must solve the issue. A newly refurbished fan service must solve the issue. However, the first officer and navigator seem to have their own plans, and since they're not part of the regular cast, they're inherently suspicious. And then on Monday, we will come back for Tomb of Annihilation. Now, what we got is, hey folks, what are we doing? What are we going to do next week? And I'm going to paste that. Nope, that's not it. All right. I was just trying to get a stupid copy and then paste. All right. Yeah, by the way, you could have started humming Rob Zombie. I was very excited for that as an option. I don't know the songs, but if you ever feel the need to burst into song, that is something that's totally fine. Because that's how we do things here. Okay, so, Destiny, what do you want to have happen? If you want to go first, I'm just going to take you in screen order.
Yeah, so I'm hoping I don't say the word zombie in the next 60 seconds of that as I'm trying to debride someone's hands. And I'm worried that the mind numbers are the same thing as parades. They're just the same thing, but different cultures just call them different things.
Damn. Oh, that's a great idea.
I
love that idea. That gives you... all right, because I'm going to say, I'm really not wanting you to become a big bag of trauma. but I am here for it if you're willing to go with it.
I'm okay with this.
Yeah, I mean we're not playing Cthulhu, so people from Star Trek are fairly resilient and they bounce back from shit. Like, you know, being assimilated by the Borg, you just go and wrestle in the mud,
Just have
some Earl Grey and just knock it out.
you're good.
Okay, Jim, what are your hopes, fears, and worst ideas that you'd like for next session?
I am very worried that going into this cave is going to turn into one of those face your worst fears and overcome, or get burnt to a crisp by the fiery eyes of the power race. Very sort of, when Luke Skywalker cuts off Darth Vader's head and it's his face right there.
Oh, okay, so you're
Kind of
worried that the
thing.
caves are going to be like the innermost, the what was it called? Cryptic, the cryptic message, right?
Yeah, the caves are going to be that test that Starfleet does on everybody that makes them live out their worst fear. And somehow that doesn't just psychologically traumatize
Yeah,
every cadet.
yeah. I think that somebody made a joke about it that, hey, I faced my worst fear. There was a Star Trek improv that did that, where basically every 5 minutes they went to the academy and everybody faced their worst fear every 5 minutes. And it was basically a bunch of musical theater nerds that had somehow convinced Starfleet that this was the best way to train officers.
Yeah.
That was their take, which explains why I do things this way. I do like that because I'm interested in finding out what your worst fear test is then, because it seems like Starfleet's riddled with the damn things. I'm going to say, if you want, you can add like a sophomore year version of this test. Okay? Think about what the sophomore year version of it is, because it sounds like you're going to kind of dwell on that a little bit. Okay, Steve, I need somebody who's going to be less self-aware. I need some less self-aware shit.
Less self-aware shit.
Well, I'm just joking, because everybody's got some really great stuff here. So,
Well, okay, I know pretty much every episode that you've asked, I keep saying, the caves, but now I'm kind of thinking maybe the caves are just a red herring. That we're just going to find,
Like communism.
we're going to find something that looks like a treasure chest, but it will be, yes, definitely signs of power wraith. No, this is somebody's, this is somebody's dirty laundry or something. Just now I'm more interested in dealing, I think, with the Cardassians, seeing what they're up to.
I'm going to put Scooby-Doo down as an idea. So it's old man. It's old man Garrick.
That's old man Jeffries.
Yeah, I'm going to do that. Okay, so that's your idea. You guys are coming up with way better ideas than I did for this show. And then Cam, what do you got to add to the pot? Because Jesus,
I want to find out if these ley lines are conduits that are focusing the race powers somehow. And I was also kind of a similar mind to Steve, that we get to the caves and we find out that they're unimportant after all. Or, which would be a really funny thing, is Starfleet, once the first officer found out there were Cardassians here, they just call us up and go, hey, we've got to back off because, we're technically not supposed to be taking sides in this. So we just abandon the caves and we beam out.
Starfleet
We
just
get
leaves.
sent home. Yeah, we just leave. We go, well, we can't be seen as influencing and helping the Bajorans beyond, a neutral party. So now that we know Cardassians are actually here on the planet, we have to leave.
So
We'll go into orbit. We'll go into orbit and observe.
Oh
from
God!
afar.
So really, we go with the gutless wonders of Starfleet, is what you're doing.
Yeah,
You're going with
yeah,
Admiral
exactly.
Nechayev, just telling us, nope, sorry.
Yep. No,
Oh,
sorry, we can't. get
God, that's
involved.
horrible. Those are all
Here's another
great ideas.
potential-
What? Sorry.
That if the Pa Wraiths aren't a thing, is okay. So we find out something else about the kid who's burning up with the weird skin or whatever.
Mhm.
Like he's just a screwed up android who's overeating.
The kid is yet another Soong android.
There you go.
Oh God, you guys are.
Yet another Sing Yan.
You guys are. Oh, these are.
He's 2B instead of B4. He's 2B.
Oh God. Well, also like
The
maybe
second-
it's.
the second.
Well, maybe it's
version.
like Soong's love child or something, because he seemed to like make up extra people as he went. He made up a wife. Maybe he resurrected his paper boy or some shit. Before the crystalline entity came up, Paper Mister, and was like wiped him out. I have no idea. There's an ADHD site called Second Chances, so I'm gonna just do that. Folks, I like these. I like all of these. I don't know if we'll ever use any of them, but it does get it out of our system
There you go.
because I really like them. And yeah, you guys are digging into some stuff. I mean, there's some acting class shit going on. Don't be afraid. Like I said, we're extending the lore. I think Jim's got a minor bit of homework. So that's good. But anyway, folks, we're going to go and raid, who is it? Askelia, Second Chances Home Sweet Home, whatever that is. That should be Dungeons and Dragons. And they look friendly, and they don't have a lot of people in the audience, so we can have an impact. And that looks like they might be just about ready to wrap up anyway. So everybody, I want to say thank you, players, very, very much for spending the time with me to do this, so that I'm not on the street yelling at pigeons. Okay? And have a good night, everybody. Remember in the raid, be respectful, give a shout out, and have a great time.
All
We're gonna go raid their butts, and we're gonna stop streaming.